Good afternoon, Professor Gleason, classmates, everyone else. Thank you for watching this video on my culture speech that I'm about to give. Understand that this is probably like my 10th take and I went way over time, so therefore I'm going to try to condense this as within the time period of which we're allowed. Today I'd like to talk to you about a very influential fellow Puerto Rican by the name of Tito Puente. The gentleman's a legend. He has worked with numerous artists. He's a world-renowned percussionist, musician, also known as the King of Latin Jazz. So today what I'd like to do for you, I'd like to talk about his early life. I'd like to talk to you of his impact on music and and the footprint that he's made in the music industry. Here's my here's my makeshift visual aid. That's Tito Puente right there. Brief history on the life of Tito Puente. He's also known, as I mentioned before, as the king or rey of Latin jazz. Rey meaning king in Spanish. I'll play this for you, but quite honestly, I think to have more impact, there's another visual aid that I would like to play for you later within the time constraints that I have. So let's talk about his, we don't need to go through this right now. Let's talk about his early life. One of the things, there's a quote which to me makes absolutely no sense, but as a musician, some of them can be rather eccentric and rather weird. If there's no dance, there is no music. Quite personally, I feel that which came first, the chicken or the egg? He was born Ernesto Antonio Puente, born April 20th of 1923 and passed away May 31st of 2000. He was born and raised in El Barrio. Professor, I believe you living in New York, you may be familiar with that area, East Harlem. Later in life, he actually served honorably in the U.S. Navy during World War II. Okay, so here he is right here. He was actually stationed on the USS Santee, an aircraft carrier, and did quite a few tours during World War II. This is also a picture of him then, while on the ship. He even played saxophone back then and started a band while he was on the aircraft carrier. Okay, when he got out, he was very smart because what he did, he ended up using the monies that he had earned, using the Montgomery GI Bill, which is a benefit that's afforded to veterans that allows them to continue their schooling once they get out. And he used those funds to go to Juilliard. And if you're not familiar with Juilliard School of Music, it is a world-renowned school that actually has quite a few notable alumni. Aretha Franklin, respect, R-E-S-P-E-C-T. You have Henry Mancini. You also have Miles Davis, the renowned jazz artist. Actors. Comprised of Robin Williams, Adam Driver, and as well as Kelsey Grammer. Okay, going back a bit, prior to school, he had already been a polished musician. Okay, playing multiple instruments. He ended up banging on pots and pans growing up, and his mother actually had to steal money out of the dad's pocket to get him music lessons and try to focus that frenetic craziness, if you will. Okay. Later in life, I mean, he is known internationally. Okay, but he is actually well known, and I mean, has even been in features such as Sesame Street a number of times, and even a character that's played on the Simpsons. So you can see a man with always a smile on his face, full of energy. Okay. In his repertoire of music, if you will, I mean, he is an 8-time Grammy winner. Okay, I mean, he has made over 100 albums, more than 200 compositions. He has worked with so many fellow artists. Here will be a quick snippet because we're at the 5-minute mark that I would like to play for you, and you're going to know automatically who or what this song is. Don't be afraid to sit there and toe tap either. And I'm sure you already know what the song is just by the bass line. And piano, I'm sorry. So name that tune. And I'll stop here due to the time constraints that we have, but I believe that you get my drift. So again, Tito Puente's music career spanned over 50 years, 5 decades. He has done so much and has fused so much, from jazz to cha-cha to bossa nova to salsa. I mean, Tito was a true pioneer, and there's a tremendous void in Spanish music right now with the loss of him. So what I'd like to do, cutting it short, and here we are at 6 minutes right now. His place in my culture is unforgettable. As a fellow veteran as well, to be able to serve honorably in World War II, to paying his way, earning his way through one of the hardest music schools to ever get accepted in. So again, if you have a love of music, if you have a passion for percussion, then you really have to take just a moment out, especially in these times when we're under self-quarantine, and just YouTube a couple of his solos or his compositions, and you can fully grasp and appreciate what he has done for music. Almost to even catching on some of his songs where he's performing, where he's actually pinky out, like he's sipping tea, and it is just done so effortlessly. The man is truly amazing. So again, I'll cut this short. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation. I'm sorry it is makeshift in the way that it is. I try to do my best in trying to convey as much information as I could. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out. I'll be more than willing to talk more about him, his legacy, and what he's done in life. Thank you very much for listening, guys. Have a great day.